It's funny, there's some jobs you get where the customer just seems slightly odd. So for example, this phone here, the customer called up and said, oh yeah, well, how much to repair an iPhone 11? So it's $200. Oh, okay. Can you fix it? Yes. Oh, can you make it a bit cheaper? No. It's $200. Okay. And then he came in and said virtually the same thing again. While on the phone, he goes, oh yeah, you showed me that Face ID works. Well, that's an odd thing. Why are you showing me that Face ID works? And then he's asked me to send him a photo of the damage. And then I've gone to open it, and it's already missing the pentalobe screws. And the more I'm looking at it, the more I feel like this has been worked on before. So, hit record on the camera. I'm yet to open this up. This is lifting up very easy, even though it hasn't been on heat for too long. And we just had that separate. So yeah, we have had a aftermarket screen in here before. Let's lift it up. Oh, dodgy. So checking it out, we haven't had any of the shields put back on. Still got this. The quality of this is terrible. Surprisingly, they didn't put this back on, but they did only put 2 screws here, which instantly makes me think that they... Is it noticeable damage on here as well? No, that's looking okay. So looking at this, makes me think that they almost... I'll zoom you guys in. Let me go through my train of thought. When I take a screen apart, I make sure there's no power when I reassemble it. So usually I would take here off first. I know the phone's switched off as I switched it off myself, so I'm comfortable disconnecting here. But typically if I've got a brand new phone, the shields are still on, I would disconnect the battery every time first. Yet, why is there only 2 screws here? So to me, one of them's not even the correct screw. So to me that says, whoever last worked on this didn't actually, I'd say they would have, either the screen was still powered up and they couldn't turn it off, so they took the cover off. But I would be highly willing to bet that they had still had the battery connected when they connected up the new screen. I'm actually quite surprised that they still actually had the bracket. I would have assumed that they would have left that off. Looking at the connections, this particular connection here, probably can't quite pick it up on the camera. The connection isn't quite straight with the pins, it is on a slight twist. And that's why I had to go on a silly angle when it's connected up down here. So I'd say a pretty cheap screen. We are missing 2 screws on here as well. So whoever done this couldn't be bothered spending the extra 30 seconds working on it. I find, how can you trust the quality of a repairman? And then also a little shield that goes over here is missing as well. So there's normally a little cover that goes over there. So whoever worked on this tried to span this out within as quick as possible, that they didn't even take the original covers off it, nor did they bother to correctly put the screws back into it. I'm also willing to bet that they didn't actually copy the firmware off the old screen to the new screen. So I'd say if I connect this up, it's going to have no information on it.